Hey everybody, KD here, Mr. KD here.
Keto Diamond.
Hmm?
Keto Diamond.
Okay, Keto Diamond here, Mr. KD here.
Mrs. Awesome, Mr. Wrong.
Mr. Full of it, Mr. Right.
Mister? I didn't know you was like that.
I said Mr.
Yeah, you called me Mister.
Go to bed. Shut up.
I'd love to.
This is day, I don't know, 81?
Maybe.
I think it's day 81. I have to go back.
It feels like we're just jumping.
Well, we are because I don't always do a video.
I guess
but the days still count. This is day something.
It is.
Of our keto and fitness journey, minus the fitness. But
you've been lifting me up all day.
Yeah, my back can tell.
Told him leave my little chunky bone.
I'm going to talk about my day a little bit. I'll talk about her day a little bit. I'm going to talk about y'all's day a little bit. But first, like, subscribe, share. Share. What's my sign language?
All right, try again.
Like, subscribe,
what?
Share. Ring that bell. Help me make this channel grow, y'all. Make sure you share it. Every time you share it to somebody new, possibly new, can see how wonderful I am, or how awful I am,
and how cute I am. Because I gotta admit, on camera, I'm kind of cute. In real life, not so much. He's kind of cute too.
I don't think I am. Handsome, maybe. Not cute. Let's rant, wave, and misbehave. Keto Diamond style.
Well, it's official. My husband is pregnant. He is having 2 eggs fried in coconut oil with 3 slices of bacon, 2 slices of cheese, mayonnaise, ketchup, and hot sauce. Oh, and salt and pepper. After dinner, we are having 1 Slim Fast Keto Fat Bomb each. Hubby has had probably 2 million strawberries. Hubby is having some thin cut sirloin steak with some steak sauce. It was also fried in coconut oil with a little bit of peppers and onions in the mix. He's got some cucumbers that are salted, and if we want something, salted. Yeah, and if we want something else, we'll add a side salad to it in a minute. Hubby is also having a side salad to go with his dinner. It was a little spicy, and yeah, Hubby's having no telling how many strawberries and a Slim Fast Fat Bomb for dessert. Thief.
You stole it from me first.
I did not.
I gave it to you.
Okay.
Y'all believe that, right?
We can chew some fat.
I ate it all.
You did.
She gives me hell about snacking all the time, but she keeps forgetting I'm on gabapentin. Cannot stay out of the refrigerator.
Every time I look over, his butt's hanging out.
I came home early and she fixed burgers. I guess it was around 2 o'clock.
No, it's around noon.
Around noon. And it's 6:30 now. About 6 o'clock, I went there and grabbed every piece of meat that was left over. Threw some salsa on it, some ketchup on it, some mustard on it. There was cheese on one of them. Didn't even bother warming them up. Threw 2 pickles on the plate, some mayonnaise on them. She's like, you ain't going to eat all that.
Yeah.
Can you pick some more?
I probably will.
Because I'm still hungry.
Because those burgers with the sauce on them looked really good.
I swear, I don't know what that pill does, but it's like it just makes all the food vanish going down my throat.
I felt constantly starved on that pill. I really, really did.
So, I did have some issues today. I'll get into that a little bit, but first we'll get into her issues. Biggest issue she has is she made me record her video. Well, she didn't make me. but I was opting to help her. She had to do it 3 times. Mind you, the first time I understood, it was her weekly video, and she usually does a full body shot and stuff like that, talks about the week instead of the day, and she didn't. So the first time I understood. The second time was a perfectly good video.
You like it.
There was literally no difference between the second one and the third one. None.
There was.
What?
Well, especially in the opening, because where I showed that one where I was really, really at my heaviest, and then I wanted to kind of like, play on to that.
You did that in the second time you recorded. You played on to that.
No, I didn't, because I didn't have the screen recording yet.
You did.
All right.
That's my
I
story.
told him I was sorry. God.
That's not the point.
Hey, that's not even the most times I've re-recorded a video in the day.
No. Me, get it close. Hey, I seen the one I posted yesterday wasn't even in order. You think I took it back down? Hell no.
Once it gets posted, I don't change nothing.
It took me 2 hours to post that thing, and we got good internet. So, let's talk about me. I went to work today. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That sucks, by the way. If people don't know what that feels like, it sucks.
Didn't find his belt either.
I woke her up because I couldn't find my belt. Evidently, she took it out of the pair of pants I left him in, but I left him in the pair of pants because I didn't do nothing in those pants, so they wasn't dirty. I went worked for like 2 hours and came home. Well, I had PTO. That was the day I went to the dentist. So I was going to wear them the next day. And then she's like, I hung it up somewhere where I wouldn't forget.
But I forgot where I hung it.
She hung it up on a clothes rack and put it in the closet. That ain't where belts go.
But I forgot where I put it.
But we found it. But then I got to work. Everything seems all right. Back was bothering me a little bit. Typically it does on Monday. Monday's always pretty bad for me, but it wasn't over the top bad. I went back out at 9 o'clock and took my Tramadol, which is what I'm winging off of, which I don't have to wing off of it, but when my back's bothering me a little bit extra, I'll still take it. So I took my gabapentin and my anxiety med at 5 o'clock, and then about 8 o'clock, I went back it might have been 7:30. 7 o'clock, 7:30. I went out there and took a Tramadol. And it eased the pain off enough to where it wasn't that big of a deal. It was hurting, but yeah, not bad. Then about 8 o'clock, I had the god-awfulest pain shoot through my calf. Just my calf. And it was really bad. Bad enough to where it made me stumble and stop what I was doing and pick my leg up off the ground because I couldn't put no pressure on it. But it didn't last long. It lasted only about 15 seconds, and then even like right now, my calf is a little sore, but that's just a little tender. Not really sore, tender. And then about, 10 minutes later, it did it again. And again, it only lasted about 15 seconds, and it went away. And I'm like, this ain't something wrong. There's something wrong here. This ain't right. And when it happened the third time, again, only lasted about 15 seconds. That's when I said, you know what, I'm going to report this to my supervisor just in case I did something, pulled it or twisted the wrong way. And then I'm going to go have it looked at. And that's what I did. So I go, and the doctor, I tell him all about my situation, my back and everything else. And he's like, well, he felt my calf, said everything feels fine. It's not tense. It don't feel bruised or anything like that.
When he first told me about it, I thought it was cramps. And he said it definitely wasn't cramps or Charlie horse. So I just want to
definitely was not cramps. I've had cramps plenty of times. That was not a cramp.
Okay.
That was like somebody just stabbed me in my calf. And he said he believes it was coming from my back, which I disagree with him. I do not believe that, not for 1 second. Let me tell you why. When the pain goes into my legs, which is very, very rare that it goes into my legs, and when it does go to my legs, it never gets down past my thigh. It usually just goes down into my thigh a little bit, and that's as far as it goes. It's always my left leg. It's never a sharp pain. It is a gradually sore pain, I guess, like somebody frogs you, kind of like that, like a muscle pain. This was like literally somebody took a knife and stabbed me in the calf. It was a really sharp pain to the muscle. And it could be electrolytes, but again, I don't think it was that because I know...
Well, if you didn't think it was a cramp, I don't think it's that.
But I don't know what this was. It hasn't happened since I left work, but It was worrisome. I thought, the reason it was worrying me because blood clots and stuff like that runs in my family, and I thought it could have been a blood clot. I don't know.
I'm going to have to say I kind of, initially I thought it was the electrolytes, but when he said it wasn't a cramp, I was like, well, maybe not. And I do think I kind of agree with the doctor because his back does have a very bulged and noticeable place in it. So there probably is some inflammation on it. And I think maybe the doctor's right, but I'm, not a doctor.
He says that can happen. That it can shoot down into my calf and only my calf.
Baby's so angry.
But I've been dealing with this for 5 years. It will be 5 years in July. I have never, ever felt that. It has never done that. It has never shot all the way down to my calf.
But you know what? We didn't think about something. You did believe something shifted. Maybe it's hitting another nerve too now?
But then I would have felt something like that sooner, probably.
Maybe. But, like I said, there's a lot of nerves that run through there. Maybe it's just hitting something new now.
I don't know. I mean, it was the first time I ever felt anything like it. I mean, it hurt. It was like a straight 10 right off the bat. I mean, literally, I'm like, what the hell?
Wow. I've had sharp pains before, but I don't think I've had one in my calf that wasn't a cramp. By the way, for anybody who's worried baby's in there with her daddy, he's trying. She's just mad.
He ain't trying hard enough.
Well, no, sometimes she just gets angry and she does it.
Oh, that's her. I thought that was
the
him.
baby. That's not
okay,
Anthony.
yeah, he's trying. I thought that was Anthony. Well, he don't try. So how is y'all's keto journey going? Y'all still stress eating like I am? Well, she says I'm stress eating. I mean, maybe a little bit stress eating, but...
Well, it might be the medicine,
but it's mostly the medicine. It
appears to be stress eating because you're talking about comfort food being the strawberries, and that is kind of a stress eating thing.
That is my favorite food. Strawberries has always been my favorite food. Ever since I was 3 years old and tasted my first strawberry, that's been my favorite fruit.
He lived with his great grandma, and she used to give them to him a lot.
Mm-hmm. She planted a garden full of them just for me. But I think I'm overdoing them.
I'm about to go steal the baby.
I think I've ate 8 pounds over the weekend. So I'm going to try to cut back on a little bit. Maybe cut them down to like 3 or 4 a day. That's going to be hard for me.
Because, it's kind of sort of my theory that maybe overdoing the strawberries is putting a little extra inflammation on his back. Whether it's putting that much or not, I don't know. But it's a theory.
My back has been bothering me before I ate the strawberries.
Right.
Way before I've been eating the strawberries. There's been years and years before I started eating strawberries.
No, I don't mean they cause the problem. I just think inflammation.
Even recently, I've just now started eating the strawberries again because I'm on keto and I ain't got nothing sweet. I can eat those.
I'm just worried. That's all. I wish there was a way we could stop it altogether.
We talked about this in her video a little bit, so I'm just going to bring it up on mine. I know most of y'all see her, but it gives me something to talk about.
Quite a few people get on here.
I know I got some that ain't on hers though. A few. If you are stress eating, and I would understand why. You have perfectly good reason to right now. There are some things that you can eat that is perfectly keto friendly and won't kick you, but you might hold water weight, but it won't kick you. Some of them you won't hold water weight, some of them you will. You can eat cucumbers, which is a great source for stress eating. But of course, you know.
Especially salted.
Especially if you can eat them like I can without having to peel them. Just cut the ends off, salt them, and eat them.
People peel cucumbers?
Yeah, some people do. Well, not peel them, but slice them into slices.
Oh.
Yeah. And some people do peel them.
I'll eat it just like an apple, but salted.
But cucumbers, pork rinds, make sure you pay attention to what you're getting if you're going to use that as a stress eating source. You just want salt and pigskin. That's it. Cheese is a great choice. You can pretty much eat as much cheese as you want, but I would be careful. You might stop yourself up depending on how you handle that cheese. But you can have about as much as you want, and it's not going to kick you. And strawberries. Be careful how many you eat, though. You can't just eat as many. You go in and grab you about 2 every 3 or 4 hours will be fine. And pepperonis. Again, depending on you, they could kick you if you overdo it, but I don't think so. I don't think you could eat that many pepperonis that really kick you, but maybe you can. Just be mindful.
They're very low carb, but they do something to me where my weight goes up.
It's nightshades, and pepperoni's got nightshades in them.
Yeah, probably so.
That's her little thing. What else? Oh, got my dentist appointment coming up where they're going to pull my teeth Thursday. I'm a little bit worried about that, but they're gonna put me under. Hurting right now, so it's not really bothering me that they're going to pull them right now. Right now, I want them to do it right now. Of course, they did say if it started bothering me, I could call them and they could probably get me in the High Point location earlier. But
High Point's closer anyway, ain't it?
yes, but this is more closer to the end of the week, and it wouldn't bother my job because I can get my work done before then, hopefully, and then they wouldn't have to be missing me. I hate to leave the company like that, but it is what it is. They understand. I mean, I don't miss days like that, and they know.
Yeah, they do know.
And I told them when they made the appointment last week, I text my PC and let her know right then and there. So, me and her was talking. We're curious. What do y'all do for hobbies? When you get bored, what do you do? Been coloring, but there's other things we like to do. Like I got my games I like to play. But a lot of you probably don't know. I actually enjoy reading. What's your favorite book?
Tell of the Body Thief by Anne Rice.
What's that about?
The Vampire Lestat. It's a whole series on him, but that book's particularly good. It's about midways in the series, but you don't have to read the whole series for that book.
Is that like Interview with a Vampire?
It is that series. But in Tell of the Body Thief, Lestat and another guy kind of switch bodies for a little while, and the other guy runs away with Lestat's vampire body, and he's got this tall, gangly, weird body he don't know what the hell to do with.
What's your favorite series? Is it the Anne Rice?
Yeah, I think so. I do love Harry Potter, but Anne Rice.
We both like the Harry Potter too. I mean, she started reading those to the kids when it first came out. And the kids was little, and she got into it, and then she started reading them to me, and I got into it, and started reading them for myself. But I would say my favorite is either those or the Inheritance. If you don't know what the Inheritance is, that's the Orgain series. The series is called Inheritance.
It's like dragons and stuff, right?
Dragons,
like,
elves, dwarves.
Is it kind of like Lord of the Rings a little bit?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, I've never really read.
It's about. I mean, y'all seen if y'all seen the movie, y'all know what it's about.
I haven't.
But it's a really, really good book. I love them. There's 4 books. And I love all of them equally. But my favorite book growing up was Indian in the Cupboard. That I don't know.
I think that was my favorite one.
I think that was a lot of people's favorite, but I love that book. What are some of y'all's favorite books? What kind of stuff are y'all watching on Netflix right now? We're watching Once Upon a Time and Merlin. We don't really count Merlin. We go to bed on Merlin. We've seen it so many times. We just put it on Merlin and go to sleep. We like the background noise. I do. She don't really care.
No, I like turn it
off.
I gotta
have some kind of noise, not fan noise. It got to be TV noise. Once I'm asleep, it don't matter. But
I prefer just fan noise.
But even if I wake up like at 3 o'clock in the morning and I was like, you know how Netflix is, you'll play and then it'll stop and ask you if you're still there. If I wake up, I'll start it back over.
He will.
It's just how I am. It don't wake her up none.
I like paranormal stuff really good too, but they're hard to find really good ones. A lot of it's just really corny.
So what are y'all into right now? Let us know down in the comments. What kind of books do y'all read, and what's your favorite, and what kind of shows are you watching? And also, how are y'all doing in this time? Everybody doing all right? Everybody got what they need? Having any troubles? Anybody coming down with anything that you might want to talk about or have somebody to talk about with? Feel free to message either one of us or email us. Email is in the description of my Facebook too if you want to message me. We'd like to be there for you if you are. Or if you got any family members going through it, we'd like to know and say a prayer for them. Also, we have talked on both our channels about how hard it is to get some of the stuff we needed, like eggs, cheese, beef. Fine fella commented on her live yesterday saying that if you go early in the mornings that you can't find it. They are stocking at night. It's just by the time we get there, it's all gone.
Yeah.
And since I left work because of my leg today at around 9 o'clock, I did go by Walmart and he was right. I was able to get a carton of eggs and 8 pounds of beef. And then as I was walking out sanitizing my hands, I dropped the eggs. So she only got 6 of them. But I knew I dropped them, obviously. So I went back in and got another carton, 18 dozen.
Somebody's coming.
So, Anything?
Y'all doing a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything you want to add?
Not really. I think we're doing pretty good here for now.
How are you doing on your keto journey?
Pretty good. Not as skinny as I want to be yet, but I'm getting there.
Anything you want to say about your video that you just put up? Send people over there?
Y'all should definitely go watch that. It took me 3 tries.
It did.
It annoyed him to no end. But he
Mainly
sit there
because
and
I'm in pain with my tooth is why it annoyed me. I admit I probably let it get to me a little bit more than it normally would.
He got a little bit bitchy, but he's all right.
Just a little bit.
I sit on him. He was fine.
Yeah. So
He liked it.
go check her out. There's a link in the description if you can't find it. But just type in Keto Diamond. She'll pop up. Just type in keto. I can promise you, if you just type in keto, she'll pop up.
I don't know if it does or not.
Oh yeah, you will. You're big. A lot of your videos pop up as suggested videos.
Well, then more people need to watch the damn things and hit the subscribe button.
They just don't subscribe. There's a lot of things that pop up that I like. I don't subscribe to because it constantly pops up in my feed. I don't need to. And
well, subscribe, daggone it.
but yeah, y'all subscribe. Y'all need to.
Even if it don't pop on your TV, you all got a phone. Pull your phone out, hit the subscribe button, and watch it on your TV. That's
Mama needs a new bathroom. Subscribe.
She does.
Check the description. There's a lot of stuff in there. Just check it. If you find what you like, click on it. Don't want to sit here and ramble about what's in there. Most of y'all already know. I've heard me talk about it 20 times. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, do all that stuff. Help me make this channel grow. I'm sitting at 357. I would like to hit 400 before the end of the month, but I don't think that's going to happen. I gain 3 and lose 5.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
But then I'll gain 5 and lose 1. So
it took me 2.5 years to get to.
I'm happy with the people I got. I truly enjoy every one of y'all that comments, and I wish everybody would comment.
Let us know you're here. Let us know who's watching and where you're from.
But the ones that do, I appreciate you. Your comments mean the world to me, and you don't know how much they help me at times when I'm feeling down or hurting or got an issue going on. One of y'all will post something that makes perfect sense and that will actually help. That is awesome. And I really enjoy it. So keep it up. Keep it up. I love it. I guess that's enough for boring y'all for one day. I'm going to end it right here, and I hope everybody stays safe. No, don't go out unless you got to. I understand it's boring, and sometimes you got to. And God bless. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Dream.